Greetings, YouTube. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I thought I would post this video because it's really important for the beginners to know some stuff that they need to know right out the gate. Because there's some people, they stuck in their ways when it comes to anything, whether it's music or the way they do things or the way they see life through their own eyes. And from time to time, I get this. And it's like, okay, I can expect the beginner to feel this way, but when you supposed to been playing for years and you still ain't grasped this concept, it's just beyond me. Every now and then I get this kind of thing. And I give you a good example. I did a cover of War All Day. Love that song. When I think of that song, I think of the 70s picnics and barbecues in the park with my family, and I dearly miss my mother. And I did actually, the first cover I did, it didn't sound close to the voicing of the record. I was playing the right chords, but I was trying to match it up because it's one of those songs where the voicing is kind of unique. It's not just a straight out standard bar thing, So I revisited it with the original sheet music, and I listened carefully. I said, okay, I'm coming as close as I can, and it's a pretty good closeness. It's not 100%, but most things aren't 100%. So I posted it, this was a couple of years ago, and I got a comment recently from some guy. I seen Howard Smith in concert do this son. That's a guitar player from War. He don't play it like that. And my response was, I'm not Howard Smith. Isn't that obvious? And no two guys play the same. That's just like when people ask me, and I get this a lot, this particular video, Earth, Wind, and Fire, That's the Way of the World. Johnny Graham does a solo in the song. Give a solo. Why don't you do the solo? And I've told you guys many times before, I don't do other people's solo. It's solo for a reason. Definition is you're on your own. Not I'm riding on the back of this other dude, no for no. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. And as I was coming up as a guitar player, it's understandable that you kind of cop another solo or a solo because you're starting to learn how to do this. But once you become a pretty fluent player and know your scales, you don't play other people's solos. I do my own because, it's interesting. Even the guys that play on the record, they solo, when they do it live, they don't play it exactly like they did on the record. They cut a little bit looser. Sometimes they go a little further past bars as far as I'm doing so many bars and then I'm out and let the music kick back in. And then what I guess people don't really think about is when you listen to that Earth, Wind, and Fire song, I think Al McKay is playing the rhythm and Johnny Graham is playing the lead part. So I'm playing the rhythm part. So I'm not going to stop playing the rhythm and then do the solo and then go back in because that's not how the record goes. If you listen to it, you still hear the rhythm guitar player going while Johnny Graham's playing the solo. Hello. But I thought I would mention this because there's some people that think you're supposed to be a carbon copy of the dude on the record. Now, again, I try to come close as far as tone, style, voicing, but I'm not trying to replicate it 100%. He has his style, I have mine. And I still find that hard to believe that there's some people that don't grasp that concept. They think you're supposed to be just like that other dude. I can't be like that other dude because I'm this dude, and I'm sticking to being this dude. I don't want to be that dude. I respect what he's done. Therefore, I'm going to do my own thing to complement the mix. But again, I thought I would, post this video because from time to time, I like to post, or make this statement because there's some people that think you're supposed to be just like the dude on the record. And it's like, if I get 5 guys in here right now, give them the same guitar to play and ask them to play the same song, none of those 5 guys are going to play it like each one of them. They're not. They're going to play different inversions. They got a different feel. They have a different pressure or style to the guitar that gives it a different tone because I found that out about maybe 10 years ago and it kind of blew me away. This guy was coming over to check out a guitar that I was selling, and I had played the guitar, loved the tone, and I gave it to him. He playing it. It sounded like a totally different guitar. It's like, man, that guitar sounds real good, You don't think about those kind of things, but again, no two guys play the same. So don't expect no two guys to play the same or attempting to sound like another dude. Or again, to each his own. If you one of them people that like playing other people's solo, hey, more power to you. I'm not. I don't want to play another dude's solo. And that's one reason why in my tabbing service, I just basically do what I do on YouTube. I give you guys the chords. And every blue moon I get somebody want to ask me to do a solo. I don't do other people's solos. For that reason, and the second reason is that will cost you a great deal of money for me to sit down for 2 to 3 hours and tab out some other guy's solo note for note. That's time consuming. That's a lot of time putting into that. I want no part of that. You know, that's just not my style. Because then again, there's tons of guys on YouTube that do that. I'm just not one of those guys. Just like with gospel music. I love it. Grew up in the church like everybody else. But that's not my forte. That's not my training. That's not what I do. I got a lot of praise and respect for the gospel and jazz musician because you got to know your shit to play that stuff, okay? You're not going to be a dabbler and don't know what you're doing and not a guitar player and not formally trained and think you're going to jump into the jazz and the gospel arena. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know, but you got some people that don't know that. They don't know what they don't know. And that's why I stress, if you are looking to become any kind of musician, the old format, school format, still working. Been working for hundreds of years. Real simple. Go find a guy that can play and know some theory and can teach you how to read. And then you become a player like him. Instead of I'm going to sit on the internet. I'm not paying nobody nothing. I'm getting all this free information. I'm watching fingers. I can't tell you what I got under my finger as far as a chord because I don't know the name of it. I'm just looking at finger placements because somebody on YouTube said, put your finger there on the 3rd fret, put this finger here on the 2nd fret, put that finger there and bar it, you know. Trust me, that is not the route you want to take young, inspiring musicians. Go get formal lessons. Pay somebody for their time to teach you. You're not going to go too far if you don't have all the necessary tools. If you can't read, if you can't communicate musically with another individual, you're not going to go too far. And people that are professional caliber players, they don't deal with people like that because they don't have time to sit down and wait for you to figure this out and you struggle through something that if you knew how to read, you can look up and just see the chord and play the thing. You know, they don't have time for you. You know, and your ability to get a lot of gigs is going to become limited. You know, I get a lot of calls for many reasons. And 1, because I can read. 2, because I can play. 3, because I play different styles of music and I get the format of each style of music because each style of music have a different style of format. I get this. You know, so if I get a gig, I call for a gig for a country and western gig, I can do it because, I'm familiar with the layout and the format of country and western music. If someone called me for a funk session, not a problem. Somebody called me for a pop section where I need to bring my acoustic and I'm playing with my fingers and still in my pick. I can do that. You know, so you want to make yourself as versatile as possible, as opposed to you got people and to each his own. They tunnel vision. Oh, this is all the music I want to play. I want to play the other kind of music. This is all I want to do. This is all I'm doing. You know, that's fine. Nobody's trying to push you out of your comfort zone or your circle. If that's what you like doing and only like doing, fine. But you miss out on a lot of opportunities because you're so close-minded and you're limited in your style of playing. So on that note, I'm going to sign off. But again, from time to time, I'll post this video stressing that no 2 guys play the same. Don't expect them to play the same. Just don't expect to hear them play exactly like the dude on the record. You know, because in most cases, you don't want to play exactly like the dude on the record because that's not your style of playing in the first place, you know. So till next time, take care. Thanks for watching.